most people, they'll start taking the correct action and they'll begin seeing results, but they don't think it's the results they should be seeing. And so then they start complicating it. So at the end of the day, all you need to focus on doing every single day, daily checklist, updating me in the daily accomplishment channel. But there's another step. The other step is if you go through the course material, you'll notice there's action steps. Those action steps help you apply the course material. So at the end of the day, when it comes to building a social media client acquisition business, all you need to be focused on doing is making sure you're posting to social media. But that's not your main thing. You do need to be doing it daily. The main thing is you need to be finding your first client. Now, obviously, I've got an entire category called Get First Client, where you're going to be working with friends and family, local businesses. Now, once you get your first client, you don't immediately get a testimonial. You need to focus on over delivering. That's one of the massive keys to my own success is sheer perseverance and then focusing on over delivery, actually getting the result for the client and then some. And if you focus on over delivering, you're going to get a testimonial. And not only that, you're going to get referrals because you have to understand that the way with building businesses, it's not about just trying to get as much money in as quickly as possible. It's about doing the outreach and playing the long game, getting the money in, fulfilling. That way you can easily close the second client because you've got the credibility, you can get a referral. And when you build it properly, instead of you going gig to gig to gig, so meaning new clients, new clients, new client, new client, new client, you'll get the client, you'll do an amazing job. They want to work with you on a monthly retainer, and they'll even happily give you a referral. So you just turn that one client into 2 or 3 different new clients because you did so absolutely amazing. That's why I've told you guys like millions of times by this point, you don't need to be sending out thousands of DMs a week. I would argue if you're sending out that many DMs, you are not looking for the right people. At the end of the day, what we are doing is solving problems. So if you take the sniper approach, and I've talked about this copious amounts of time, if you take the sniper approach, you look for people you can actually help. Now, I know you're thinking, well, Dylan, but what types of clients can I help? I'm glad you asked. That's why you need to stick to the fucking process of friends and family, local business outreach. The reason you do that is you actually figure out what people are interested in. That way, whenever you go to get clients online, you already know the types of results you can get for people and you're confident in your ability. So if I wanted to break this down into running a money bag business, it's get credibility, aka testimonial. The way you do that is through getting your first client and over delivering. From there, focus on fulfillment and outreach, meaning when you get a client, you need to fulfill for that client. But that does not mean that you don't do more outreach. Let's say 80% goes into fulfillment, 20% goes into doing more outreach. And then the final or like part of this whole equation is outside of you doing outreach or getting credibility or doing all that, you focus on building your own personal brand, meaning you are posting content to social media. You don't need to be a massive, massive social media brand. The size doesn't matter in this case. Maybe it does in other areas, but in this specific case, size does not matter. I've had students of mine with 100, 200 followers close big 5-figure deals. And it's not because obviously they had a lot of followers. They didn't. It was because they focused on the credibility aspect. They focused on providing experience with their clients and they continue to do outreach. So if you do that, and whenever you post content to social media, you're establishing yourself as that guy for the skill, testimonials, educational type posts, not all that motivational garbage. Nobody cares about supercars and cares about your mindset stuff. Like, just, bro, come on. People don't care about that. Now, once you get to that level, sure, show it. But as a beginner, why are you even posting about that? You need to establish that you are that guy for your skill. From there, the last step to building a money bag level business is consistency. Consistency. Now, you're going to struggle to be consistent until you are obsessed. What you need to be doing on a day-to-day basis is waking up first thing in the morning and ask, how can I apply what Dylan has taught me to make the most amount of money and gain the most amount of followers? If you are obsessed with that, every single day, the first thing you're going to do is log into this campus, take a look at the daily checklist, and then implement the action steps. And you're going to be obsessed with being the most active student, aka updating me throughout the day inside of the daily accomplishment. And once you reach that level of obsession, your motivational issues and all that are just going to vanish. And on top of that, you're going to be getting results because surprise, surprise, if you just listen to what I say and apply it, you make money. Who would have thought? Take a look at the wins for yourself. You'll see what I'm talking about. And once you become obsessed, I'm telling you, bro, everything is going to just like a light bulb is going to turn on, especially as we continue going through the rest of this accelerator program when we get into the exact like hows. So I'm going to be showing you how to do this, how to do that. But we really need to get you obsessed. Until you get obsessed, everything else is going to be hard. Like I can tell you step by step what exactly you need to do. But if you're not obsessed with you applying and taking action on what I'm teaching, and you're not obsessed with becoming the best possible version of yourself, it's going to be way harder. So get obsessed. But anyways, this is how you build a money bag level business.